Hi, y'all, and welcome back to Lantern Creek Farm. All right, y'all, if any of you are specifically here for the bunny content, today is your day. We're going to talk about rabbits on the homestead today. If you're new to this channel, though, you know that homestead is pretty much like a fancy word for what we do here. We more considered a farmstead than a homestead because we put a lot of emphasis on resale of animal product and animals more than we put on producing food. We do both, but everything that's on the farm has to make money or bring something in order for us to continue to keep it on the farm. And that totally seems reasonable, right? It does to us. In order for us to be farmers, in order for us to make an income off the farm and continue to be able to keep the animals we do, they have to be able to hold their own. They have to be able to bring in some sort of income. That way that we can continue to feed them, can continue to have them, and continue to live the life that we live. Speaking of food, let's go feed the rabbits. The motto on this farm is that if it doesn't produce an income or doesn't produce some type of product, then it's out of here. So down through the years, we've had a couple different types of rabbits. I encourage you to do research and find what rabbit works the best for whatever your needs are. So like I said, we're a farmstead. We primarily focus on income on the farm. That way we can have the animals that we have. Second to that is meat purposes, food. So first comes income. That way we can continue to do what we're doing. Second comes meat production. So if you know anything about meat breeds, you've probably heard Rex come up in the mix of it. The particular kind of Rex we have are the mini Rex because we market to resale. So we market to pet, we market to producing show quality rabbits along with meat on the inside. Rex meat to bone ratio is very high, although with the mini Rexes they're obviously not going to get as large, so you're not going to get as much meat. But our goal isn't only to get meat, our goal is for resale purposes, to bring an income onto the farm. Now, if you're looking to get into rabbits for the same reasons we are, which is first income and second meat production, I encourage you to look at what rabbits are popular in your area but can also have a high meat to bone ratio. The type of rabbit is going to vary from area to area as to what is most popular. In our area, we are one of the few producers of mini Rex rabbits that also is kind of like a lower end price range. So we don't sell our rabbits for $200 to $300 like some pedigreed rabbits do, and we don't sell them for the mid-grade, which is like anywhere between $60 to $80. We sell ours on the low end, which is anywhere between $25 to $40, depending on the kind of rabbit it is, the gender of the rabbit, and the particular color that they are. But even if we're talking about the type of rabbit that is popular in your area, if you are wanting a rabbit that is true for meat production, you really need to look into a dual purpose breed. There's multiple breeds that are dual purpose, can be shown, can be high producers for pet quality animals, and that can also still produce meat. You're just going to have to find the sweet spot there and the rabbit that meets your needs. Different rabbits have different kind of qualities about them. There's particular rabbits that are really good for in hot climates. There's particular rabbits that are really good for cold climates. There's rabbits that can produce fur that can turn into yarn and things like that. So you really need to look into rabbits that are good for your particular needs, and that's how we landed on the mini Rex. One, they're pretty, so they're good for pet. Two, they're a Rex breed, so they have a high meat to bone ratio. And three, they can be sold as pets. They can be sold as show animals because they have a particularly sweet nature about them. If you're wanting to get started with rabbits, whether it be only for meat or for resale, I would suggest finding a reputable breeder in your area. If you can start with a trio, I would encourage you to do that. If not, 2 will be okay. What you would, particularly if you started with a trio, you would want 2 does and 1 buck. That would give you a good variety of being able to mix the animals together. You do want to make sure that you have 2 does that are completely unrelated to the buck, and if possible, completely unrelated to each other. When finding a reputable breeder and finding the particular breed of rabbit you want, I would suggest that you buy the highest quality that your money can afford with the breeder. If let's say your particular breed is $80 per rabbit, I would encourage you to spend that $80 per rabbit, or at least the highest amount of money that you can spend per rabbit. That way that you can ensure that your rabbit is meeting its standard of perfection, its standard quality, a high quality breed, a healthy breed. That way that you're starting out at a good footing and you're going to save money in the long run. If your rabbits are healthy and well taken care of by the breeder, that means that you're having a good footing, a good standing when starting with your particular rabbit. I would also encourage you to talk to other breeders of the particular breed of rabbit outside of the person you're going to purchase the rabbits from. That way you can kind of know the pros and cons of each breed. I would also encourage you to look up online the standard of perfection. It's literally called the standard of perfection for whatever particular breed that you have, and try to buy an animal that mirrors as close to that standard of perfection as you possibly can. That way you know what your breed is going to produce, or what your particular animals that you buy are going to produce, and how you can better them or get rid of certain defaults within the breed to encourage a higher standard of that particular breed. Alright guys, I hope this video was helpful and encouraging and maybe give you some insight into what it's like to have rabbits. If you haven't purchased any rabbits yet, I hope that it kind of gave you some ideas maybe, or stirred something up in your mind. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you in particularly have any questions about the rabbits, I hope that you'll leave a comment down below. If you have any insight of raising rabbits and anything you'd like to add to what I said, I encourage you to leave that below. But guys, I thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out, and hopefully we can see you on the next one, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.